Figured out tab out audio. Hello, hello, hello. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. Wrong mouse. Ba-da-ba-ba. Let's go. Ba-da-ba-da-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da. Scruffalicious for you. Boo-boo. What's up, everybody? I'm Scruff Dog, and I'm not naked. Sorry. Real quick before we get started, as opposed to running a really long countdown like some streamers do, I do conversation, coffee, and cannabis for about the first 10 minutes of the stream, and then we jump in. So, adjust as necessary. If you're just joining, make sure you're clicking live if you'd like to watch it live and you're not behind. And system specs are in the description. It's an i9-11900K, 64 gigs of Corsair Vengeance LPX, RTX 3070, 8 gigs, all of that's overclocked. WD Blue hard drive, not the greatest. It's water cooled. It does our MSI Z490-A Pro Motherboard. And an Acer Predator 4K monitor, some Dell cheap-ass monitor, and the other Dell cheap-ass monitor. And then another computer here. So what's up? No, I don't have tea today, Liz. Going with coffee today. A little tired. Sleep was kind of weird last night. So, thanks for stopping by. Welcome, everyone. Early crew was here. Joe Russ, Phil in the kitchen, and Gas Smasher. Franco Walker, I saw at some point, has something to do today. Liz Edwards, Queen of Fires here. Welcome. Mr. A Cake, Lock Watcher. I think that's everybody I can see right now. Welcome to the stream. Where are you spying on us? Occasionally I click in and out just to see what's up. Sometimes I say hey, but it depends on what's going on. Nothing really new to talk about, so we'll probably end up getting to the game sooner than later. It's going to rain all week. Might rain next weekend. We'll see about what we're going for a stream. And also, possibly starting in June, I may only be going back to every 2 weeks, like of any stream. I'll have to get some things that may or may not trigger that happening. We'll see. Boo, boo, boo. Besides that, patch 2. I did learn something today besides been practicing the game. They did figure out why sometimes when you go to load a game it just sticks and gets stuck. Apparently in the save file it has a log file of like everything you've done. I guess so you can do undos and shit like in the VAB. I'm guessing that's what it's for. And I guess just to keep track of what you've been doing, yada yada, something, I don't know. But they figured out that like your normal game file should be like 1 or 2 megs, and they're finding some that are getting so error-ridden they're going into the gigabytes, and it's a text file. So that's kind of a little hopeful because, well, I deleted a bunch of campaigns because of that, what was probably that problem, which is fine because I'm just learning more and more and more. But that does give us hope that if our save starts to tank out, we may be able to reset it, sort of, in a way. But we have some things we can try before we toss out a campaign because of what a seemingly corrupt save. It's a wank holiday tomorrow. Alright. What is tomorrow? May 1st. I thought you guys had your wank holidays at the end of May, around our Memorial Day. That's weird. Y'all weird. Let's see. Just heard something I didn't think I heard. My dad's girlfriend asked if you were Nostradamus. I told you you might be reincarnated. Possibly, Ed. Possibly. I'll think on it, and I'll let you know. Alright. Let's do something Nostradamus most likely was partaking in some form of. Mind-altering substances. Yay. This is a fresh cartridge of Jack Herrera. It's a sativa, and it is very good for pain, both mental and physical. Highly recommend it. And I also have a disposable cartridge of Trainwreck, which is, that's weird, it's fuzzing out, it's white and the filter's green. Whatever. I guess just overexposed. But this is Trainwreck. This is, how to say, oh, Jack Herrera, yeah. So, we'll do our first usual. So, the random brandom. Welcome. So we'll do our first cheers. Cheers to good people doing good things, bad people not doing bad things, being groovy to each other. Cheers to you. Cheers to everybody. Be good to each other. Cheers. Cheers and cheers. And if you read the description, I said we may be changing our deployment order. I forgot that the rover is on the end. So it's blocking the satellites, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. But when we come in to orbit around Eve, the first orbit we're going to have is, you know, generally going to be an elliptical orbit, which is exactly what we need to deploy satellites. So instead of doing a long burn to get into orbit, dropping the rover, and then doing another long, another burn to get us elliptical again, we're going to try. I mean, this may not work, but I've been practicing. What we'll see what we can do is maybe we'll get into that elliptical orbit, deploy the whole string, take off the lander, plug it back in, because it only has a docking port on one end of it. We'll plug that back in, and then we can let the satellites continue to on their elliptical orbit, and then as we deploy them, they'll just be their own thing, and then we can take the quote mothership into a more solid orbit around Eve, and then land the rover. Maybe. So figure we'll give that a shot. It'll definitely be lots of practice on using RCS thrusters in 800 different directions. Oh, no, not a screwball. I like the orange push pops, with the orange ice cream. They were always like red, white, and blue. I love those things. I haven't seen them in a while. Because any ice cream truck that stops by, like, like if you're familiar with Charlie Brown and Pigpen, it kind of looks like a truck version of Pigpen coming down the road. You're just like, nah. Even the bell sounds dirty, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty gross, but I don't really eat much sugar anyway. Like, I had my candy bar, like, for the week. I got the, are they Goldenberg's dark chocolate wafer things? Fucking love those things. Alright, well, I guess before we start, we'll do a toast, a quick toast. A toast to the Kraken to let us continue on our safe journey. And if not, then I have a plan. If the Kraken comes after us, we're going to go after the Kraken. So toast to Mr. KSP Kraken. And if you don't know what the Kraken is, that is the mythical creature in Kerbal Space Program that randomly attacks you and blows your stuff up and makes the game crash and, you know, all that good stuff. Oh, look at that overexposure. Which light is that picking up? You see it on my lens? It's a weird slice of overexposure. I have different lights up. I forgot I have other lights I can turn on, and I turned them on. Alright, let's see. KSP2 small face. And swipe. Alright. Sorry, the camera blocks just the tiniest little section where all the desktop icons are. Alright, and again, let me know if the game's too loud, not loud enough, if the music's too loud, sound effects, you know, all that good stuff. Rockin' Ronnie's my current new campaign, personal campaign. I named after my cat Ronnie. The rocket colors are actually like cat colored. He's a blondie ginger. Alright, holy shit, we made it. I test loaded the game last night and it didn't like explode and shit when it loaded, so I think we'll be alright. I think. I need a Kerbal face filter. That would be... do they have that? Like... I'll take a look. That would be funny if they did. Although I imagine you'd probably have to pay for it. But you never know. I'll take a look. Hey, there she is. Just, wow, just like the thumbnail, except there's no planet. Oh, no planet. We are out there. Oh, that's right. We are backing back. That's a lot of backing up. Alright, that's right. We have our intercept plotted. We were going to tweak it using RCS or as needed. Let's see. Oh, we don't really need to. Where do we want our, what is our periapsis right there? That being, what is our distance to the surface? 4 point. Wow, okay. That's pretty far out from the... That's a big-ass planet. I worry... Oh, I mean, if that's 4.2... If we have a satellite even half that distance... You know what? Yeah, we're going to come in around there. Let's see if we can get it... The periapsis... Sorry, am I saying that? Yeah, okay. A little high today. But let's see if we can get our periapsis closer to like 3 kilometers. That way we're definitely out of the way of, what is that, Ike? Oh no, that's right, Ike is on or Duna. This is Gilly. Apparently Gilly's a fun moon to visit. Maybe we'll stop by. Okay, so I want to get closer. It's here. RCS on. Oh, wait, nope. RCS off. Let's go prograde first. Let's look at this big mama jammer rotate. If this is your first time watching, what we have inside here is what we're calling the ding-donger. Or, well, what I'm calling the ding-donger. We have a docking port, and then each of these sections here is a satellite, and then down here is propulsion, like basically a tug and landing unit for a tiny little buggy lander. And by the time we get to Eve, we're going to have to drop this big ass stage, and I guess just let it plummet into the ground. We can use it to achieve our orbit and then ditch it. I don't remember if we put remote control on it. We probably didn't, so that may just have to be part of Eve's orbit for a while. Or how much delta V? Oh, we got a pretty good amount of delta V still. So we can probably do an aero brake into Eve, which means go just dip a little bit into the atmosphere to help speed brake us, pop back out, and then maybe ditch this big ass last stage, and then we can just use our smaller stage to, you know, polish up the orbit, and then that'll be enough to get us home anyway, because our lander has a lot of delta V, but our lander is not going to achieve, it probably would just crash into Eve. Remember, we've already discussed that. Like, Eve is apparently considered like the quote final boss of getting there and getting home by like touching the surface with a Kerbal and then getting them back up. From what I can tell, you basically have to build a shuttle, you know, like a shuttle, you know, like a full launch system, and then build a complete transfer system around that, and then around all that build another launch system for the whole thing, because Eve's atmosphere is 5 times that of Kerbal, and it's a little bit higher. Its atmosphere is, I think it's around 90 kilometers, where Kerbal's is 70, so it's a hell of a punch out. Sound is fine. Thank you, Mr. 8Cake. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Not bad. My computer, the little computer on the bottom, is going through a VPN that is connected through New Jersey, so I can actually get like actual streaming results. Not a sponsor, but hey, ExpressVPN works, and they don't, you know, they stay up to their word. You will not go wrong with them. All right. Wow, I've been sitting here bullshitting the whole time, and y'all just been staring at the screen. Okay, let's actually do something. Sorry. If you're a regular to the stream, you know that is not unusual. All right, let's get back to this. Let's tweak it out to. Let's pop that up. The locking system on this is weird. You got to get that padlock. You got to right-click it to get the white padlock up, and then it'll stay. But sometimes you got to like toggle it on off a couple times before it'll actually stick. So we want to try to get that to about 3 kilometers. So let's see what we can do. So all I'm going to do is use the RCS thrusters, because we are so far away. Like, we are 72 days away. So a few inches now is going to be, as you can see, many kilometers. And I'm not using any engine thrust right now. It's just a little RCS. Like, you know, when you see on SpaceX, a little pff, pff, pff. That's all I'm doing right here, is just giving them a puff. Oh. And what's nice about RCS is they have, the ones I use have forward and backwards on them. So if you go a little too far, you just tap it the other way. That'll be good enough. That should bring us in orbit. That's going to be a nice offset orbit. That's cool. I think that'll help us. Where's Gilly? Yeah, Gilly. Gilly's slightly offset, so we're going to be offset and offset and offset. I think that'll be a tight enough orbit. God, I almost want to go, maybe when we get there, we'll do like one of these orbits where my trajectory line, you know, goes through, you know, I guess, what's that, a polar orbit? Because then we'll always have sunlight. Man, how do I want to do this? You know what? Instead of trying to cram these satellites in here and worrying about hitting Gilly's sphere of influence and yanking them out of orbit, I think we'll just do an orbit that puts them way out there. So we'll set this as our periapsis just to get in to Eve. And then we will have a much farther out orbit for our satellites. So since we're going to do that, why don't we use Eve's atmosphere as a speed brake. So let's get really close to it. That'll save us a little bit of fuel. This is an expert move, and I have never done this before, so we will definitely quick save because I may be dooming us all to damnation. Ah, but hey, how else you gonna have fun? Lol. Hell, if the aero brake hits right, we may even be able to achieve orbit. Look at that. That is zinging us around like a champ. Get a little closer. Zink. That. Ooh, ooh, don't know what that button does. Ooh, wrong one. Let's shoot for 70. See what this one problem, which I guess it's as by design, is this does not compensate your trajectory line for atmospheric braking. Which you can only use atmospheric braking if you have an atmosphere, which is Eve, Kerbal, kind of the moon, Minmus not so much, Duna, which is Mars, Dres has very little. I feel like there might be a little bit of atmosphere. I just landed there last night, but I don't remember. No, where did I land? I landed on the one with the big scar in the ice. No, it was Val. Val, that's right. One of the moons of Jewel at Jupiter. That seemed like it had a little bit of atmosphere, because I actually started to slow down, I feel, towards the bottom. I don't know. It's harder to land on planets without an atmosphere because you need more fuel, because you don't have environmental braking. Sorry, I'm talking and like the screen isn't moving. I'm a bad streamer. It's a bad scruff dog. Alright. Let's we're almost, are we almost, I don't know, this is, where are we? Okay. How are we doing? When we get there, we're going to need to burn retro, so we might as well turn RCS the hell off. We're also going to have to transfer a bunch of monopropellant into our satellites and our lander before we land. Do I have? Oh, I do have some solar panels, so we can leave those on for a little while. Blinking lights, exactly what we need to help our frame rate. Yes. And our little buggy. Little buggy. See, it'd be nice if that were a docking port instead of the decoupler, because then we could just, it'd be a little easier, but we're not going to do it the simple way. Because that would just be too simple. Where is, like when you're out, it's interesting the sound dynamics, because we're out here in the middle of nowhere and it's just like there's not even sound. It's a little too, no one can hear you scream in space, you know what I mean? Waiting for a xenomorph to come like crawling out of one of the pods and start crawling down the rocket. Xenomorph being the fun cuddly monster from Aliens, you know, that series of fun cuddly face huggers and such. Alright. Back. It's a lot of scrolling. Scrolling. Let's get over here. You gotta watch when you got this double, when it shows you double orbit, Sometimes if you click on the wrong one, you will zing past your target at about 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it is quite horrifying when that happens. Because you can fast forward, but you cannot rewind. We are almost there. Quick save. Ow. Ooh, that was a good one. Man, I wonder if you can hear that in the microphone. Ugh. Alright. Let's see. Bottom line. It's the bottom line. Once we get into the sphere of influence, we can actually plan everything else. Oh, and leaving is going to be fun because I believe Eve is one of the planets that its escape trajectory, when you're inside the sphere of influence, which is this round, you know, where the, you know, we're about to enter the egg. A lot of the planets and moons, when you plan your escape trajectory, as soon as you actually get out of the sphere of influence, it's completely different. Like, it has no idea. So hopefully we'll have enough fuel for the inevitable correction. So what I've been doing is basically just doing burns just enough to get us out and not trying to aim for anything specific, and just once we get out there, then we do a big correction burn. You know, it wastes fuel, but it keeps you from trying to go home and then landing on the sun. You know what I mean? So let's get here just inside and then see what we can do. Well, and there she is. Our little purple buddy. Oh, where'd we go? Are we in the sphere yet? We are not. Oh, no, yeah, we are. That's the exit. Alright, our periapsis is still 70, so we're basically just going to save now. Here, actually, we're going to do a big dog save. Watch this. Just to make sure. We'll just call it 70-kilometer entry. So right now, we can just go right to that one if anything gets weird. And play. And then we'll just do another quick save. Like, I have some campaigns that, like, I think my other one's up to 255 saves. Just, you know, like, quick save. Oh, you know, let me hit it again just in case, you know, doing that kind of stuff. Alright, so I guess let's just get there. Let's watch. That was quick. Where's she at? Oh, there we go. Well, let's just get right into there. Alright, that's nuts. Gonna keep fighting me because we're close to the atmosphere, so let's just... I guess actually, you know what? I should go prograde, because if I'm too low, if I fire prograde, I'll be able to get us some more altitude back. But we'll watch it since there's no thermal effects yet. We'll watch it on the map screen so we can watch. And actually, I haven't done this yet, but apparently you can just watch your orbit and your apoapsis pull in. What's up, Osborne? Little puffer Sphere of influence sounds like a device from Men in Black. That's a good point. It's the opposite of the flashy thing. Sort of. Ow. UK bank holidays, the 1st, 8th, and 29th of May. Oh. Okay, you guys have a bunch of them. That's weird. What's up, Andy? Just saw the, you know. Sorry, just waiting for this thing to finish, you know, shaking its booty around. Alright, I think we are good. Let's go ahead and fast forward and watch our periapsis. That's down here. That's when we're going to hit the, when we're really going to come into braking. So that's kind of our countdown. Is it really that far away? It's just not. Okay. I was just like, are we good? Is the graphics stuck? But no, it's just that slow. Okay. All good. Here she comes. As we get close, I will attempt to get a thumb. Actually, no. I want our next, hopefully our next thumb will either be a satellite thing or alright. Yeah, pay close. Pay a little more attention here so we don't blow up. Actually, you know what? Just in case, let's do some thumb action here. F2. Staging info is still annoying. There's a thumb. Thumb diddly bum bum. Where's our crew? Is this one of the modules you can actually see the crew? Yes, you can. Slowly. What's up? Yeah. Everybody seems to be in good spirits. Let's see if I can twist this. Does the camera follow? No, it doesn't. Who is that? That's Bob and Tim. Okay. We got our A crew on this one. Is anybody else in there? What is that? I've never seen that before. Is that a camera view of? What is? I've never seen that before. That looks like a camera view of the go-kart? That's weird. Okay, no, that's the back of the seat and the strut. I don't know where that view. Is that the view from this probe? And that's pretty much it right there, I think. That's odd. I've never seen that before. Huh. Maybe that's one of the probes that works for. I mean, it's a live cam. That's like SpaceX up in that bitch. That's weird. I have no idea what that is sourced from. But that is neat. Alright. I guess a preview of hopefully something cool that's coming. Alright. Oh, that doesn't work for scrolling. I'm going to leave that on just to see what happens as we go. Like, I may not be paying attention to it live all the time, but if it's something, if something cool happens, I can watch it back on the stream. Alright, where are we? We are far away from Eve. Oh, there is Eve. Alright, let's get a little closer. Let's get closer about 100, and then I'll go back to real time here. Maybe grab another. Yeah, let's grab a full thumb diddleium shot here. Like, how do we want to do this? Coming at ya. 15, that's pretty good. Alright, cool. Let's get a little closer and see what happens when we speed break. Normally we would have to have like some kind of thermal shield or whatever, but since we don't need that yet, I don't have one. Let's let it straighten itself out. So normally if we were speed braking on the dark side, we'd see all kinds of cool like flames and heating effects. But I guess we're just going to head on in and see what happens. As soon as we get in about to 90, I'm going to switch over to, hold on. Oop. We got a second. And just think, this isn't even like the good graphics yet. And this is pretty good. And the graphics card I have is, like, I'm not afraid to say it's being completely maxed out. Like, it has no breathing room. Like, right now my VRAM is 96%. I think, granted, it's only running at 65 degrees, which is nice. But, like, this is like pretty cool graphics. Like, I could kind of like chill and watch this. As a matter of fact, why don't we have a little puff break? Cheers to the developers for making a game that is so early access, but it's still pretty cool. Cheers to the KSP2 devs. Alright, cool. Nice. And I don't even really think that's an RTX effect. I think that's just, I think most video cards can do that, or I guess maybe only the video cards that are supported have RTX. I don't know. Oh, and I don't know if you heard me sing it in the intro. I did find the tab like basically built for streamers, so that if we tab out of the game, the audio still plays. Just to help have a little bit of background while I'm BSing. Boop. Sweet. What do you think? Like right about there? That's cool. Take a million screenshots and, like, you know, I put a couple of them out here and there. Alright, we are in the atmosphere. Like, we are balls deep. Okay, let's check our orbitals. You can see our apoapsis is changing. Our periapsis is still slowly. Oh, we're not going to get much speed break out of this. So I need to go retro. I need to do it quick. We're not getting nearly enough speed break out of this. That's fine now. All right, well let's handle this orbit ourselves then. Would have liked to have known that a little sooner, but that's okay. We're still in the atmosphere, so we are still braking some. Let's see what that does for us. So our periapsis is slowly dropping still. So we are still getting a little bit of a speed brake effect. And it's drifting away, which means it's going to start accelerating. So now we have to go back to prograde. Because we are, I guess at this point we could say we are captured. Or no, we're past periapsis. My bad. We are past it, so we do still need to burn retro. Sorry. It's not real clear on here. I wish they'd have like a plus or a minus instead of just a time. Because you can't if you're not looking at the map, you don't necessarily know. Crap. We may have to reload if, because I know I could have circularized this burn with the fuel we had if I would have not derped it up. It's taking so long, boss. I guess because we're in the atmosphere. Come on. Alright, we're just going to hit it. Well, and I have been messing around with time warping during burns, and it does not seem to affect them, at least not that I've noticed, so that may help us save a little bit of time sometimes. Let's see what happens with this. There we go. Yeah, we'll be alright. Where are we at here? Turn RCS off. Oh yeah, we're way out here. What is that? 70. Oh yeah. Okay, why don't we bring that into 65? Oh, good. We're back. We're almost up to our periapsis, so that'll work. Let's go retro again. And then we'll pull that down to like 65. This thing will ever spin its booty around. All right. Alright, it's a little too much, but that's fine. Where are we? We're about to hit the brakes again. We need to pick our periapsis up. That's right, yeah, other way. Yeah, sorry, this speed braking with atmosphere stuff is interesting, new, and I am sorting it out. You can see some of the oceans. Come on. Get RCS going here. Gotta hurry it up a little bit. Can't use too much more of it because then I'm not going to have anything left for the satellites. Not that that takes too much to get them positioned, but it is a bit of a process. Trying to get our periapsis up, if possible, over 90,000. I think I just blew our orbit up. Yeah, crap. That was weird. Why didn't that work? Man, why is it taking so long to spin around? I just feel we're using a lot of monopropellant right now. I know each satellite carries, I think, one. Is it one? No, it's 0.6 tons each. So I'll be a little careful on that. Let me do this burn this way. Trying to sort out my mess here. Alright. Oh, that's what I did wrong. I was looking at the wrong, direction. I've done that before. My bad. So I kind of just wasted a little bit of fuel. Well, not really kind of, like I just straight up wasted a little bit of fuel, but that's okay. We gotta pick that up over here. Swing that around. Fix our orbit. Then we'll swing around one more time and see about doing this deployment and redocking and ditching our first stage. Like I said, I don't think I put remote control on that stage, so it's just kind of going to be around. If I did put remote control on it, then I guess I can figure that out. Can't I? What's the part manager? Alright, click parts manager. I'll come back in an hour when it loads. What do I have under pods? Let's get a little closer. Oh, fuck. It's like, ah, shit. Alright, do I have any control? That's up there. Oh, that's that. That's that one. Satellite. Rover. Grumble. QB. Whatever a QBE is. Oh, that's right. I have another torque thing. Okay, so I have no way to control this. How much delta V are we showing? Yeah, if we separate now, it will eventually decay its orbit. And then we just use... Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Because its current periapsis is 64 kilometers. So this will definitely degrade its orbit over time. It may take a few rotations, and we may actually get to see a crash while we're deploying other things. How far? Oh, we're like an hour away from our apoapsis, so we have time to do this. So why don't we do this? I'm not even worrying about degradation time. We'll go ahead, we'll take a half hour here. We'll flip back over to retro. We will bury our course for a direct hit. We will separate, and then we'll recorrect our course to not be a direct hit. You'll see what I mean if you didn't catch that. This does have a big booty to swing around though, even with 4 reaction wheels. There's reaction wheels there. There's a reaction wheel in there. The pod's a reaction wheel. There's a reaction wheel there. That's the noise you're hearing, the whoop, 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 whoop. It's the mechanical way of steering. I'm gonna grab some train wreck while we're waiting for this thing to swing around. Cheers. Greetings to you, Rifleman. Welcome to the stream. We are almost, well, we are in orbit around Eve. We're going to do a get rid of the trash burn here real quick. Alright, we are now retro. We might as well start our burn now. Let's get it to, I don't know, 40. Like, because 40 is definite, like it may not come back out of orbit at 40. Let's see if we can, if we're close enough that we can, yes we can. You know what, let's, is that basically no fuel cost? Let's just, I thought it was going to be a lot more fuel. There we go. Alright, so that stage is going to blow up. Let's see, we are traveling retro, so we are traveling butt first. Now we want to swing back around. I need to fire the next stage prograde to pull our orbit back out. So we'll flip around, form a stage separation. Then we will fix our orbit, and that will just crash directly into Eve. It's one way to keep debris down. If I had remote control on it, I guarantee I have enough Delta V. I could have put it on a crash course back to the or to like the MUN or to Kerbin, but I forgot to put remote control on that. That's okay. This is like a semi-universal rocket. You get a reaction wheel. You get a reaction wheel. You get a reaction wheel. Everybody gets reaction wheels. Yes, Lock Watcher. Yes. Wobble, 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 wobble. How is our electricity? Our electricity is not bad. So these little panels are doing just enough while we have all our lights and stuff on. Alright, so we are on a collision course, correct? Yes. That's actually even going to crash into the... That's just going to make it onto the light side. Depending on where we are with ours, we may even be able to like focus in and watch it crash and burn. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, I don't think you can focus on the... I don't know, we'll find out. We'll find out. Alright. We are here, we are prograde. Let's go ahead and separate. And we will fire our boosters and fix our orbits. Let's make sure staging is correct, because, you know, that goes... Alright. And quick save. Franco's not here to yell at me to quick save, so I'm going to have to remember that. Quick save done. It's because all kinds of weird shit can happen when you do separation. And go. Alright. Clean separation. Let's watch the cool view. Oh, hold on. Nice. The game's got cool visuals, I mean, what can I say? Even at what we're probably getting 15 frames a second, still looks pretty cool. Alright, neat. Alright, where are we at here? There's our little jibbly bit down there. And all of those should be, uh-oh. Oh, right, yeah, yeah. They're just on a slightly... literally, the propulsion from the separation was just enough to change their orbit oh so slightly higher, but they're still going to most likely crash and burn on their next orbit. Which we should be fine on ours. Let's see where we're at here in relation to them. They're kind of all... wow, they're all around us. They're like stalking us. Let's go ahead and give us a little bit out of the way. Yeah, it's picking up our periapsis anyway, without screwing our apoapsis up too much. Like to keep that under 65. It's going to be tight. That's cool. Let's get a little bit closer to our apoapsis, because then the closer you are to your apoapsis when you begin your burn, the less it will change and the more your periapsis will change. We gotta get that peri up over 90K. Not too much over it. Because we'll probably end up, since we don't have thermals in the game yet, I'll probably just use speed braking to get our lander in. Slowing it down. Gotten a little bit better with time warp. I'm also remembering that there is a keyboard to use it. That I like because it's a little more accurate than trying to get your mouse to a specific spot quickly and then either missing it or hitting it late. And whenever you're just cruising, always remember to turn your RCS off. Otherwise it will, depending on where you are in time warp, it may just waste it when you don't need it while you're just floating around. Sometimes I'll even turn SAS off if I don't have enough solar power generating for me. I'll even turn that off. Just get it pretty close to stand still, turn it off, and then it'll just slowly do its thing. Alright, go back, tweak to prograde, and we will get our periapsis up to just over 90. Shouldn't take much. I could do it with RCS, but I don't want to waste any more right now, and we have plenty of fuel. That's it. Nice. Okay, so those are going to crash and burn. We need to do our swippy swappy with the satellites and stuff before apoapsis, and we are... view's a little weird. We are a minute away from apoapsis. Ow. That may not be enough time. So, let's go ahead and swing around. What is going on there? That's weird. Hold on. Oh, okay, it's just a visual derp. So you know what? Let's get it a little bit higher since I'm going to be maneuvering around. I don't want to accidentally slip into the atmosphere. Let's take it up to 95. It's such little delta V to correct. Alright, cool. That gives me some wiggle room. Because you got to watch, also when RCS is on, it will alter your orbit. Because instead of just using a mechanical to slowly twist your ship around, it's using thrust and it pushes you around. And it can severely affect your orbit if you're not careful. Alright, so we got a good periapsis there. Let's swing. Oof. View's a little weird, I think, because our... oh, okay, here we go now. Ow. Ooh, neck hurts. Alright, let's get to the other side of things. Whee! Where's the pink ball? There it is. What are we... What celestial body are we... Oh, no, okay, that's just where I want it to be. Okay. Oh, no, again, okay, we were past... Like, for some reason, it seems like the orbital line gets a little odd sometimes. Alright, let's come back over to this side. Yeah, there we go, okay. So perhaps this should not change. Yoink. There's all our junk, which should pretty much crash. Oh, one of them made it. One of them didn't. Hold on, let's see. Can you actually focus on those? One of them actually poked through. That may be one of the couplers from us. This one is definitely not going to make it. Ah, but you can't focus on it. So we can't watch it travel to its fiery doom because there's no control pod on it. Oh well. Okay, let's see what we can do here with these satellites in this buggy. Because the satellites will do fine just continuing their orbit and deploying when they're, well, just separating themselves for deployment. We just have to plan for this. Then I can see about getting... Actually, I mean, at that point, we can just leave the rover floating around in orbit since it is has its own landing device attached to it. I mean, hell, we might as well just do that. Just let everything float because it's all in a safe orbit. We'll just turn the decoupling strength down so it doesn't fling them off into the middle of nowhere. Oh, that's right, these are docked, so we can just turn docking force down. Alright, cool. Let's start deploying some stuff. And let's back up and let's try a quick save. Alright, now let's start deploying stuff. Go ahead and undock the buggy. Whenever the parts matters, there we go. Oh, wait, holy, wow, I almost screwed us. We have to top off our monopropellant tanks so that our little buddies have fuel for themselves. Let's back that up so we can see. There's the big tank up there. Which one is that? That would be that. So that's going to be out. That's weird. Okay. That's in. That's in. That's in. Yeah, actually, I mean, all the rest is everything. All the rest of them are just fill them up. Boop, 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 boop. Out, in. Shum, 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 shum. Alright. All our satellites are fully fueled and ready to rock and suck. I don't know. Quick save again. Let's do this. Let's break some technology, folks. Alright, let's go ahead and undock. Boop. And we'll go set control to that, and I don't know what just happened. But it does not look like it completely undocked. I think it grabbed itself again. Yeah. Okay. No? Is this a separate entity now? It's supposed to be. It does not appear to be. What the fuck happened? But now it won't let me undock. Okay, double click that. It's just on that weird error where it doesn't think anything's separated. Let me see what happens when I hit RCS. See what moves where. That's the entire... So nothing undocked. But it won't let me undock. Alright, let's reload our quick save. Oh, I love bugged docking ports. Alright, let's turn... Let's open this back up. Make sure that both of these, is like docking acquire force, is set to 0. I know the lander's not like stuck on anything because I did a test drive on the launch pad. I just undocked and everything just went and crashed, so it's definitely not stuck. Let's turn that down to 0. Yeah, and last quick save is I've refueled everything. Let's make, oh, why did I do that? Let's see, that one's on 0. They're both on 0 for acquisition force, which means they shouldn't want to dock to each other. Let's see what happens. Vessel destroyed. What the fuck? I just lost half the game. So, what's... What is going on? Don't tell me we flew all the way out here for some stupid bug though. It is still completely connected. Alright, let's reload quick save again. Let's try to undock like all the way up by the satellites. Lock Watcher rocking the burrito. What is that? I think that's... So weird. I mean, I guess if I have to, we'll just have to... Oh. I strutted that to the wrong stage. That's why everything's stuck. You dumbass. Oh, wait. No, I'm not a dumbass. Wait, that's right. The cone, the retainer cone. Haha! Phew. I need to pop that decoupler to blow the cone off. That cone's there to hold it so it doesn't like on launch. That's right. I forgot I put that in there. We don't need a severe impulse. Just enough to do its thing. That should blow the struts off. Bam. Please stop glitching. Thank you. Alright. Sorted it out. Sorry to complain about buggy docking ports, but they are kind of buggy. I will say that. I feel like other KSP users are like watching going, come on, what are you doing? Not like that. Just like I do. I'm like, no, don't hit that. Alright. Let me quick save. Okay, now let's try this again. Let's pull up. I do not want any docking force acquisition force. Do these change at the same time? No. That's cool. Alright, 0 and 0, right? 0 there. 0 there. Alright, let's try this again. You can see now we're all loose and that's great. Floppy. Let's turn SAS off so that it stops adjusting itself, and hopefully this stuff will chill out. It is not chilling out. I really want to be able to do this without losing this stage, because this stage is very helpful. Let me try to reload my quick save and then turn SAS off, and hopefully, oh wait, is it calming down? Kind of. Let me regulate the quick save, see what happens here. Sorry, we're getting there. Just gotta figure all this out. I think the quick save was post pop. Yes, alright, let's turn SAS off. That way everything can kind of move together. And let's quit wasting time and just go ahead and get this thing popped, because the shorter the dingy donger is, the less floppy it's gonna be. Space terms. Alright, acquisition 40, undock. Oh look, it didn't say we broke. Alright, we have separated, everything looks good. I'm just going to let that drift out a little bit. And quick save. Alright, let's turn RCS on and just give us a quick poof, hopefully the correct direction. Yes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have our lander with tug deployed. I guess we'll see if that tug is going to be enough to actually land on. Alright, we are in a safe orbit. I mean, we're pretty much going to be hanging out together, so can I just click set as target to that? No, but I should be able to on that. Yes. So I just set that docking port as our target. Now I'm going to come over here, target velocity. So I want to go ahead and let's go ahead and set prograde. I want to slightly different orbits. Just to make sure I'm not in the way of like satellites and stuff. T is what turns on SAS? Okay, just hit the wrong button. And I found that. Alright, H. See, now I want to try and match our speed. That way we can kind of, as best we can, orbit relatively close to the mothership. If you can get that to 0, which we probably won't because we're in like slightly different orbits, but at least we can kind of hang out. It's at least close enough I can double click the other ship to get done what we need to get done. Alright, we're going to try and slide these out in one quick save. Okay, we're going to try to slide these out as one unit, not as one quick save. Let's go ahead and turn SAS back on. Let's get us back to prograde. That is kind of key. That way the ship is pointed in the direction it is traveling, so it's easier to pop straight out the back and you don't have to do any kind of sideways moves. Oh, did I leave RCS turned on that? Let me make sure I'll turn that off. I don't want that wasting RCS while we're not. Oh, okay. It's on, but it wasn't doing anything. So. Whee! Alright, so let us go ahead and deploy here. Docking force 0, please. And here, also docking force 0. Thank you. That way they don't accidentally just zip donk. Because it is like a magnetic thing. It's like, I think the real space docking ports have that. Quick save. And let's undock. Let me undock here. So I feel like that makes sure it gives me control back there. Oh, hold on, let me turn. No, okay, we can leave that. Actually, you know what? Let's turn that off. That way we don't have to worry about weird mid-course corrections while we're trying to back this truck up. How's our electricity? Electricity's good. I guess we'll just do this. Try to keep it from crashing into everything else. Save it and undock it. And okay. We are slowly drifting. Let me give it a little nudge with RCS. Helps if it's turned on. Poof, poof, poof. Not bad, not bad. Okay, not bad. How's our orbit? Orbit is looking golden. Alright, let's do the same thing we did before. Set that as target. Which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Target velocity. Just try to keep everybody hanging out together, you know. There we go. That is now moving the exact same velocity as the mothership. Probably a very, very similar orbit. And then we have our rover up there doing its thing. We are far away. Alright. Time is it? 2:23. I'm feeling pretty confident that this will stay in orbit. We are going to have to keep checking though, because the game still has the weird bug of changing orbits of things as you go in and out of different parts of the game. So we'll have to be careful. We are kind of taking a risk by having all these separate components doing their own thing, but it's the efficient way to do it, so let's see what happens. Because I'm just going to use the thrust on the lander's tug to slow us down. I think that'll be just fine, because I can do a atmospheric braking with it. Where the hell is... Where's the purple dot? Let me close this. Oh, it's behind us still. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, let's see if we can get the lander down. With the mothership's just chilling with Bob and, who's that, Bob and Tim? Oh, we're on the satellites, so we're not even going to see. I don't want the satellites to lose power. They have no other way of generating power, so let's just go ahead and we will deploy. Buzzing. That fills the screen. That's kind of cool with them all together. And they do point themselves at the sun. Where's the purple ball? There's the purple ball. That's kind of an interesting shot. Neat. Alright, so that's going to float around, do its thing. We might as well deploy one of the satellite dishes. I think if we deploy all their bonk into the one another, no, they won't. Oh yeah, no. If I do the next one, it's probably going to clip, and like I don't know that that's going to actually hurt anything, but it's, you know, we're not gonna play any games. But let's get the low, the pointy guys out. Those can come out. That's like the local antennas, and these are like the long-range antennas with ComNet. Might as well get that one popped out too. That might fit. What the fuck? Let's see what happens. Just quick save, just in case. Clipped a little bit. You know what? Just because of this game gets interesting sometimes with clipping, we'll just go ahead and tuck that one in, and we'll leave the rest out for now. Alright. And mothership is good. These are good. They are traveling together as friends, or whatever. Let me double check on these boneheads. How y'all doing? Plus flipping around from ship to ship, we're like bug hunting as well, to make sure we can, and like we don't turn around and our satellite's doing 1,000 meters per second in the wrong direction, because that happens. Alright, everyone here looks good. They're happy. There's a, like, the empty camera view again. Ah, I forgot to see how that one camera view changed. As we were doing docking and stuff, the one that like showed the outs. Oh no, you know what that was? That's the camera that's in the chair. Like, can't we just make this big? I thought you could do that. Like, I thought you could like make that bigger, so you could show everybody all at once. But alright. Let's see how this just is a camera of an empty chair. You can see, who's that? Tim. It's probably Tim's helmet right there moving around. So this is a camera of an empty chair. That one I was looking at was the camera looking at the empty chair right here. Just realized that. So we were looking like that. That view was of this empty chair. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Alright. We learn together as usual. That's weird. Okay, let me check one thing here. Yeah, no. Let me, hold on a sec, real life, a real life moment here. Let's put that there. Check that. Yes. Okay. Real life moment over. What is the new camera window showing now? Yeah, that's the same view, and that is this seat here, and these are either empty or like robot controllers, which actually they're probably, yeah, one's going to be the probe, the golden probe, and the other one is, actually no, there's only one probe on that. Does this have a controller on it? I don't think I gave the pod itself a remote control. Oh, I did. Okay. So the computer faces are your remote pilots. So I have a remote control on the lander, right there in green. Then I have the actual cube on the lander, which is the remote control, and then the grumble seat, which is the other camera view. Something I did only until recently realize is a manned control does not count as a remote control. So you can't assume that, like, even, hold on, like we're testing this thing by switching in and out. But even like this control pod where like Bob and Tim are, if everyone walks out, you have no way to control it because it does not have remote control capabilities, which I thought, that seems kind of weird. But I guess that's just to kind of help with the game to like earn more stuff, like when science mode kicks in. But yeah, you cannot remote control an empty manned pod or a manned chair. And I just got something on my glasses. That sucks. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, that's even worse. What the French? Oh, come on. Let's see. I don't want to have to. Yeah, I can deal with that. Alright, but yeah, so just keep in mind, manned pods, you cannot remote control them after you leave them. If you want to have a multi-purpose pod, you have to have remote control and human control. Burp. Alright, back to this. Let's see, what kind of control do we have here? That's backwards. I don't know. Let me see what we are controlling from. 'Cause sometimes if you control from the pod, like I believe I've quote unquote missed the trick on figuring out how to tell what direction your pod control is in. Because it says I'm pro grade, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Where are we here? We are headed away from Eve. So if I'm facing prograde, that means, let's see, where's the purple thing? Okay. So if I'm headed away, and then this is backwards, because this should be retrograde. So controlling from the probe is weird, so let's control from this, from the remote core, and see if that helps. Because you know it's weird when you hit that and everything flips. But that is correct. Like I said, I don't know the trick. I don't know if one of the particular little things on the side, like you can kind of see that little panel on the side. Like I don't know if one of those designates forward on the probes, but I haven't figured that out yet. Okay. Now that I've wasted all your time, keep in mind all of this is monoprop. This is not meant for landing on really planets without an atmosphere, because the monopropellant won't slow you down enough. Usually, you usually need like an actual thruster, especially if it has like a lot of gravity. Man, I'm almost out of coffee. All right, let's stop wasting time. But that's what I do. Remember, I am never in a hurry. Well, let me tell you. I guess we will get our. We're gonna want to make sure we land on the light side. So let's save the game. Let's turn our RCS on and start backing that booty up. Let's fast forward a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Are we headed towards? Oh, we should be headed towards our apoapsis, right? Why does that say 0? That must be like days and weeks behind it. That's another thing. That the timer's a little weird sometimes. Okay, there's. So yeah, the rest of the boosters crash. Looks like we have one piece that made it through. That's awesome. That might be something that just, I don't know, maybe that won't get low enough orbit. That may be like the decoupler where the atmospheric braking isn't as severe. Let's come over here. Do we want to just, no, I don't want to just plow directly into Venus. That, reaction. I mean, we're gonna hit that atmosphere hard as shit. Yeah, why don't we just try going directly into Venus? We have chutes and shit. If that doesn't work, then we will try to do it the slightly safer way. Hold on. Ah, that's too far. I was going to take a gander at what that was, but it's probably too far away. What is that? Default name 9. Can we see that? If it's close enough, it'll like show you the... There's 12. That's our two buddies that we just left, so we can't see that other one. Alright. I think I went... Wow, what the hell did I go? Well, that's right. I just had fast forward. I didn't have time warp to a point, so I just flung us directly into the atmosphere and then right back out. Well, let's come back around. Come on. You can do it. Is that piece of debris going to be like super close? I'm just curious to see if we'd be able to see it at any point. Just to see if that's like at the coupler or if one of the boosters actually made it. I think this piece here is the default name 10. I'm pretty sure that's the nose cone. I'll never be like super close. That's fine. Alright, let's set a crash course for... Where is the grape? See, we should be facing retro, but we're facing... actually, we are backwards, aren't we? Because that is facing prograde. Why is it like half-assing it? That is weird. I guess once we get there, I'll just adjust accordingly, whichever thrusters I need. Like I said, that's one of the things I'm still sorting out, is to know the direction and orientation of the control as you're building it. Alright, let's get down there then. Where are we at here? Map view, we need to just use our RCS to stop us. So let's do that. Periapsis is dropping, and why is it still dropping? That's weird. Like, does that not have any torque authority or something? Like, why is nothing happening with this? Is it because it has torque authority but is in the middle? But it's not even trying. What are we doing here? Control from here. Torque enabled. 100% torque authority. Like, we got battery. Like, we are good. Why are you... Ah, Lord. Alright, let's try controlling from here, then. Maybe this is the better way. Because that does seem to actually... See, look, and that's radial. So I think the box is in here, like, sideways. This is going to be fun. Alright, I guess we'll just figure it out. That's really making knowing which way to burn kind of difficult, though. That should be... See, now we're back into orbital. Because I don't think we're actually burning prograde. I feel like we're burning radial. Alright, let's focus on this, see where we're going to go here. Come on down. Got a ton of monoprop in this thing. Actually, probably if I get closer, I might even be able to get even better. Let's let it turn RCS off. Let's go ahead and time warp a little closer. So that we're not fighting the curve from apoapsis. That'll probably help us bring this around a little quicker. Oop, RCS back on. There we go. That is the correct direction. You can do it. Oh, we're still on target. Oh, well, what? Is this our target? That should be our target. We'll just do orbital velocity, surface velocity. That's going to be the important one, to know how fast we're flying in. Oh, now we're going backwards. Oh, no. Okay, that's why. We need orbital velocity. We got retrograde. Kind of messed that up. That's alright. Let's continue. A little bit of coffee left. See, with positioning satellites and work with monopropellant, like everything works. It's just, well, everything works in in space, just slower. But I built this big old honker just to help kind of get us to most planets. You just kind of, like the tug itself, if it's a planet with an atmosphere, I'll take this particular iteration of it, version of it. Then I have another one I've been messing with that has Methalox engines on it for planets without an atmosphere. This is taking a little longer than I thought it would. I'll give you that. Project Farm's got a new video, looks like. Man, this is just like... But I mean, we're basically getting to the point, if you look at our speed, we're just going to be pretty much just have one of those rare opportunities where you are going to be doing basically a straight line in space. But even then, not necessarily, because as you're moving through space, like you are still curving. Like everything in space is a curve, no matter how straight it looks, until like you're very, very short distance. But let's see how close we can get this to the center of the sun side. And I'm basically just slowing us down so that the gravitational influence, I think that's the right term, of Eve just pulls us straight down. You can see by orbital speed I'm pretty much just stopping. We still have a decent amount of monoprop too. Well, it's moving a little quicker. Maybe. Maybe that's just hopes, dreams, prayers. I feel like there's an Easter egg in the middle of this crater ocean thing. There are a couple Easter eggs on here. I just don't know where they all are. Is there a couple or at least one? What just happened? Oh, I think it auto-saved. Alright, we are pretty much falling directly towards Eve at this point. Just gonna take a while. Can we go upwards? Well, I think really zings with RCS on. Oh, wrong way. Let's see if we can get it just up a little bit more towards the brightness. Hell, it's a rover. If we, oh shit, I don't know that. Whoa, that's different. All right. See, the thing that's kind of like, oh, one of those damn that's a shame thing is you can't make you can't like do a practice maneuver point, you know, when you're making your maneuvers in the map screen, if you don't have an actual engine. So you kind of just got to like mess around with it a little bit. But this is working great right here. Like I said, this is just RCS thrusters, like nothing special. Let's aim for... So all the planets rotate the same way. So, like, front of the planet should go this way, back of the planet should go that way, front, you know what I mean? Like, if we're looking down, it should go this way. Apparently all the planets, if they spin, that's what they do. I think there's a couple, or maybe moons that don't. But this spins. So if we aim there, that gives us a decent amount of land to hopefully hit F5 to save. And if not, then we can come back to here and aim farther in one direction or the other. As a matter of fact, I kind of want to see if we can go that way more. Oop, that's kind of... Zink. That's not helping. That's kind of help. Yeah. Perfect. That's going to give us a little more of a chance. That way. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, we're getting it. This thing zings around with that RCS. Let's see. Whoop. Got things to do. Alright, so where is the purple marble? That is pretty far away. Okay. I don't think that is actually prograde, so we're just going to have to do that by hand, I believe. And you can still use regular flight controls to do that. So let's just... yeah, I can tell the controls are like 90° off. So, ish. So let's just do that for now. That's kind of prograde. Well, actually, we're headed directly towards it, so prograde would be basically like that. Well, I feel like turning my keyboard sideways. Alright, so that's pretty much prograde. If we had a heat shield here, which I need to start planning for that. They did say, and apparently in development, that they are going to slow patch releases down a little bit. I mean, I guess that's fine. You know, I'd rather have quality over quantity as long as they... I hope that if a patch brings a real game breaker bug, like a single, like, just wrecks the game, they don't go, well, good luck for 3, 4, 5 weeks. Like, I hope they do, like, little tweaks if need be. We are out of coffee. I may have already said that, but now we're down to water. Man, I gotta watch as I keep, there's a bald patch. Yeah, there's definitely... Oh, yeah, on Eve. Thought you meant me. Yeah, that's been around since I was like 15. Alright. Let's shit and get. RCS is off. SAS is on. The other ships are doing their thing. We're just slow because we really slowed it down, and you can see we are picking up speed. But we have a billion parachutes, so that should slow us down enough. Let's get, I guess, to within like 100 kilometers. I didn't click game pause. That was weird. Clunk, clunk. Get a little closer. Did all our other shit survive? Okay. Alright. Did our satellite survive? Because why does it look like we have a broken thing out there? Hold on. Let me see. Let's catch a view. I hope we didn't lose like a chunk. Oh no, okay, they're both there. Alright. I'd be pissed off if we missed that. Alright, let's quick save. Focus. Control. Where are we at? 86, 82. Let's get a little closer. Whee! We are heading in, folks. Get to 100 and we'll straighten ourselves out a little bit. Alright. Oh wow, we are just zinging on down there. Holy moly. Oh. We're going... That's an interesting glitch. That was weird. Oh yeah, everything's backwards, upside down. So I guess we're okay. Boy, this thing really pulls you in. I didn't get a chance to do anything once we showed up. I ain't messing around. Is prograde actually prograde? Or retrograde actually might be. Alright, so as you can see, we slung in here at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but now we're doing okay. Next stage is satellite parachutes, assuming they want to deploy. You see where it measures sea level, that will get you killed quick. Go to ground level so you can actually see how far away you are from crashing into things. Right now we are over clouds and I don't know what else. Hold on. I'm going to pause and we are over... looks like we're over land. That's good. Maybe we'll head up to this river, depending on how long it takes to drive there. We're doing okay, I think. Let's pull that up for Parts Manager so we know when we can deploy our chutes. Let's kind of just put that over here. Behind me, like you don't... Oh, and that kind of blocks the... look at the view up there. That's cool. That's the view we were looking, the mystery view. Now we get to see it again. That's cool. Let's get a view here before we crash and burn. Nice. All right. Just hit the wrong button, don't know what that did. Unsafe. So as we come in, we hit the atmosphere, we slow down, and then I believe as we punch through the atmosphere, we will begin to accelerate again. But we have parachutes and stuff. So hopefully we won't splat. I'm pretty sure these parachutes are quite significant compared to the weight of the craft. So I believe we will be okay. It says we are currently safe. I typically wait to deploy the chutes until we get low enough that we start to accelerate again. That way we're not slowing down and like, you know, going for a 20-minute landing. Go ahead and save. But yeah, it was kind of weird. We were going about 4,000 meters a second. The whole craft started pulling apart. But that's what's weird about some of these decouplers and the docking ports. They're just springy, weird. We are go for crash. Where are we at here? Can you see that? We got a blue atmosphere. There's the sunshine. Mr. Sunshine on a cloudy day. Okay, we don't need that anymore. We know we're safe. We're going to get the drive around on Eve. I have not done that yet. I have crash landed into the ocean a couple times. I don't know that I've actually made it to the surface. And now we're making it to the surface on purpose, that's pretty cool. Alright, let me see what I can do. I wonder if that's going to help our drag. If I figure out which buttons I need to do, that is not, we're not going to go sideways until we pop our chutes. 106. I'm going to try to hold this view because this view I know all I got to do is hit the A key to roll this level. We're punching through the clouds. Weird effect up there. That's one of the things they're working on. Hey, there's the ground. Coming in hot. Not too hot though. We're actually doing pretty good on speed. Let's go ahead and pop chutes. Might as well turn on RCS just to help us put us where we want to be. This atmosphere is freaking tough. I guess that's one of the spots with water. Yeah, we don't need the motor propellant for anything else. I guess the only other use it would have would be if we had, like, you know, maybe in a future update there'd be a way to tap into it to, like, fill up your EVA packs when you're curbing these two little dudes. Hold steady there, please. Just trying, just. We're definitely headed for land. Nothing but mud as far as the eye can see. Alright. Let's see what this does without RCS. Same thing, that's fine. Just wants to hold right there. Oh wow, look at that. We have really good speed on dropping. We are overshooted, which is fine. You know, and as a matter of fact, why don't we, since that's the case, I'll get to that shoot. Parts manager's load, give it a minute. Let's cut that one. One of the chutes. Let's see if that'll help me. A little bit. Let's pause it. Just to make it a little easier for the self-landing deal. I'm going to pause it so I can cut that one. And then come over here and cut this one without everything going crazy. Nice. Alright, cool. Tip it up just a pinchy. Actually, no, that's fine. There should be a bouncy ball ladder. Are there unicorns on the surface farting pink haze? I believe that is one of the... I believe that is part of it, yes. Oh, wrong button. I love when, don't you love when you hit the wrong button and you're playing something, you're like, I don't know what I just did. Look at the effect down here. They got they're working on the cloud effects. That just goes donk. There you go. Hey, there's a rock thing under us. Apparently the more obvious rocks are like where science happens. Anything else near us? Let's get a faraway loop. Anything particularly neat near us? Ooh. Wow, don't... Oh, whoa. Alright. Are we doing? We are good. Let's check in this direction. Oh, wait a minute. I want to go up. Oh, no, that's the direction. That's facing clouds, land. 500 meters. I like the wind effect. I guess that's kind of help just let you know it is a thick atmosphere. Is this water? I feel like water is here. It's just not rendering. How are we doing? We are good. Alright, let's get down to the ground. Hello, a Joy K20. Welcome to the stream. We are about to touch down on Eve. I am just slightly overshooted, so it's taking a moment, which is fine to have too many than not enough. There's a monolith on the surface of Eve. Yeah, I think there's actually two things on Eve. There's like the... Skirt. Bonk. Shoots cuts. Nice. SAS off. And fire our decoupler. Whee! Uh-oh. Oh, it's glitching. Why are you glitching? That's interesting. We have a dancing rover, ladies and gentlemen. This does sometimes happen. It's calming down. That's good. Let's turn SAS on, see what happens. Okay, like that's not a big deal that it's on its side. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there they are. I forgot this one doesn't have the other solar panels. So this one actually takes a little bit of effort to roll back over. We may have to try again. Because one of the weird things is you can't, if I don't place the antennas separately, I can't deploy them separately, which is another thing I learned. Let's go, let's see upside down. I can see all these shitload of autosaves every time I bounced. Let's see what 97. If 97 is a good, we'll go to 96. I may have to land again. I forgot the quick save after we touched down. Derp. Alright. Okay, we're pretty close to the ground. Just let it get closer. Wow, we're... Is this glitched out? Because it's dropping like the parachutes are deployed. But obviously, I don't see any deployed parachutes. Okay. And I don't want to accidentally decouple and then we fall. What the fuck? Shoot. Oh, okay, so our chutes are deployed. It's just a weird visual glitch. That's controlling, like, the chutes aren't oh no, it's because we're in fast forward. I guess we'll just go with this. Okay. I'll quick save when we get to the bottom, just to hopefully avoid this glitch, and I guess I'll turn the decoupler thrust way down. Probably do that now. Let's see. Can I reach the decoupler? Let's just find it. Coupling. Is that one and that one? Impulse 0. Clampotron. Clampotron? Oh, yeah, docking port. 0. So hopefully this will just drop us. Something's a little weird. I think there might be an issue from when we were flinging around, because now the ship is clipped in to the rest of it. So I'm wondering if that's a problem. Guess we'll see. Get a little closer and then we will level it out again. I guess we're landing with all the, yeah, we got all the chutes tied in this time. Do-do-do. That's way, like that's, in like real life, that's probably 7 or 8 inches into where it shouldn't be. Try to land it as level as possible. Maybe I'll just decouple right before we land. Yeah, let's try that. Boop. Dong. Go, 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 go. Nope. Keep rolling, moving around. Come on. Oh, come on. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. That's fine. Stay right there. Because you're on your side, which means I can probably fix you by doing that, as long as you stay on your side. Why are you going that way? Oh, this is so annoying. Alright, so let's see. Can you roll? Like, is the atmosphere really so thick that, like, you can't get this to roll? Or am I... See, the other problem is, since I don't know the orientation of the probe, I may be telling this thing to roll the wrong way. So it will steer. Sorry, at this point, we're just trying to troubleshoot, like, why this is being derpy. I don't know. Alright, let's, oh no, I just quick saved. That's fine. So let's see here. Wish I had a slightly better view of the thumbnail. What time is it? 3:10. Let's do autosave 1 at 3:10. I think that's when the thing bounced around though. Really need to figure out the trick on these cubes and figuring out which direction. Oh, I gotta do this again. Is it 97? Is that the one I loaded before? Okay, so deploying early does not help. That just flung us down. I'll quick save when we get a little closer this time so I don't have to keep wasting our time. We got about 20 minutes left in the stream. Hopefully we'll be able to just get this on the ground, get it good, and then we'll be in a good spot. And hopefully our satellites haven't eaten themselves while we've been messing around. I also need to put the brakes on. That sometimes helps. Sometimes if the brakes are on, it helps like grip. Man, this is, I forgot this is my first rover I made. Like, the design has changed significantly. It's actually a lot more stable. But we should be able to get this little guy to go with or without all the bugs. I do think I need to start placing antennas individually for anti-flip maneuvers. See, and the original one had more, or does this have the, yeah, this whole rover is crushed. See, this truss should be connected here, and it's back here. It's also hiding these, my other stabilizers, which I added, you know, exactly for this purpose. So let's do that. We got the brakes on. Let's pop these out too, just to hopefully help. Make sure the, yeah, I gotta make sure the clamp is set to 0, which I think it already is. Now it is set to 1. Now it is set to 0. Let's quick save. Let's quick save again, since sometimes quick saves don't take for some reason. Let's get us as level as possible with our invisible parachutes. Chutes are cut. So now we just got to see how bad clipping is going to shove us out. We'll quick save again. Let me give it a second here. The terrain's kind of tweaking out a little bit. Let me turn the lights off just so that it's less stuff for it to worry about. Quick save again. Can a rover have its own little parachute? It can, but there's really not a lot of room for it. And with the dense gravity in here, you need kind of a lot of chutes, but I definitely don't need this many. I am going to come up with different designs for doing this, but anyway, on with the show. I'd like to do, I've seen a couple of people done designs the way the Perseverance came in with the top craft that like zings off when you're done. Better, but that was a little better. Can we lean? Come on. You can do it. Rolling, rolling. See, I think roll is actually in this direction. Oh, come on, man. Why is it doing this? Let me tuck these antennas in. Maybe I can get us on a little bit of a roll. Like, I tested this method of deployment like probably 20, 30 times. Never had a problem. As soon as we get here, derp. Like, it's just not doing anything. Does that help? I don't have RCS on here, so I mean, that's not going to do nothing. Alright, reload. Frickin' hell. Alright, let's just straight decouple it. Like, if it messes up, yeah, let's let it roll. Let's let it roll. Let's see what happens if it wants to roll. It still just wants to bounce. Come on over. Come on. Come on. Go that way then. Big roll. Big roll. No whammies. It's still trying. It's still trying. What if we back up? Will that help it? So annoying. This is why a lot of my future rovers have extra SAS or torque wheel or reaction wheels on them, and thrust, and a lot of them now come with RCS on them because of this. And it's just a most likely it's because of all the clipping. Let's try to roll the whole thing a little bit. Maybe if it's like wiggling around some. Don't want to break the antenna. But let's lean it, pop it. Brakes are on. Stop. Please don't bounce. Chill the fuck out. What is it doing? Oh. Good grief. Seems like it does okay when it's away, or not. Yeah, I guess we're not... Whatever's going on, I guess, is just going to be a problem. God damn it. Let's try something here. Let me turn friction on all the wheels down. Just as little friction as possible, maybe. Maybe that'll help. What do we got here? 2, 3. Put it all down to like 2. They should be now. They're all different. That's not helping. Did I place these wheels individually? Good grief. Friction level, traction. Ah, good God, there's so many different things. Friction 1, let's do traction. Lower the friction and traction. Let's just do both, because I don't know which one's causing this problem, or if it's just neither, it's just being a butt. Alright, and... That's great. Anytime you're ready. Let's try that again without the brakes. Pretty sure I didn't save when I did the wheels. Like a genius. Nope, I didn't. Okay, let's start at the top. 0, or well 2, that's right. Traction, 1, 2, whatever. Just low, 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 lower. Low, low. Alright, brakes are off, everything's on, yada yada. SAS is whatevering. Quick save. And attempt to deploy again. Nope. Good lord. Yeah, that helps. That's gonna blow the thing up. Well, I think we're gonna end up having to send a bigger rover. Because this is obviously bugged. And the save game is starting to glitch. Because I keep telling it to... It's getting a longer and longer delay as I tell it to reload the save. Let's see, just for kicks, let's try this again. Why did that? See, it's like it helps, but then as this thing's rolling along, it just gets fucking crazy. What really doesn't what I really don't understand about it is there's like the gravity here should be pulling this thing to the ground in the atmosphere, but obviously it doesn't. And the brakes just make it worse. I think it's because it's all clipped together from the from when it's stretched out on landing. Try again. So this is what we'll do. Off screen, like I know we're all about, like, I do everything on screen, but I just did everything, and now we're fighting a bug. Off screen tonight, I will try to land again. I will put us in pretty much the same spot, but I will go back before that weird stretchy bug, and instead of coming in retrograde, I'll come in prograde and try to get us a lander that isn't had all its crumple zones squished together. Because I did read on one of the support forums that if you get weird items starting to clip together, that it causes all kinds of friction problems. And I think we have exactly that right here, because this is not put together the way I put it together. It is definitely squished in. So, actually, I guess we can use this as a thumb, though. Like, we're kind of here. What happens if you drive, like, the wheels don't actually hit the ground? So that'd be funny. You could just drag this thing around, but... So, I will do that. Here, let's get us another possible thumbnail. Is there anything cool? Like some terrain. There we go. Let's see. I always put all my shit on the right side, so we should do it. What different views do we have available? That's a weird view. That's too centered. That's a weird view. That's not even letting me zoom in. I know there's some free mouse view, but I have no idea how that works. Alright. You know what? Maybe I'll just flip it around and post. Yeah, cool. Alright. That'll probably be our thumbnail next week. And hopefully when we come back, we'll be there. And disconnected properly. So I guess we'll find that out next week or in 2 weeks, depending on the weather. Next week will either be another drone video or we'll be back here. So, turn the decoupler power up. Okay, might as well. Just fling that fucker off, see what it does. Because, yeah, these do have some fairly significant... Oh, that's all this little guy's got? God, the medium decouplers have go up to like 300 some kilonewtons. Literally just toss that motherfucker off. Brakes off, since that seems to help. Nope. It's just the it's just the vehicle itself is just a clip monster. this thing is just come on. Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right. So we'll call it here, and the next week, depending on the weather, we'll either do a drone stream or a KSP. And like I said, after starting around June or the end of May, we'll probably go back to every 2 weeks. So I guess let's have a quick train wreck, since this kind of ended on something of a buggy wreck. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Appreciate you sitting around while we watch the buggy have no idea what it's doing. So toast to you guys for hanging through, because there's still some people here. Good deal. So, farewell to y'all. I will talk to everyone next weekend. Thanks for stopping by, and hopefully our next KSP2 stream I'll get this mess kind of sorted out a little bit. Because yeah, that was pretty interesting when that thing just started to stretch. So, thanks again for stopping by. See you. Have a groovy rest of your weekend. And where's the button? There it is. And be groovy to each other. Talk to everybody later. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and